These right here are a pair of unique looking smart glasses that, unlike most of the competition, don't have any cameras. They're called MemoMind One, audio-first wearables enhanced by heads-up displays for both eyes. It can do things like translate conversations in real time, act as a teleprompter while you're presenting, show you directions through navigation, remind you of what's on your agenda, and remembers conversations you've had throughout the day. The real question, of course, is how useful are these on a day-to-day basis and who are they for? The MemoMinds seem to be going for a wide range of people, from everyday users to those with memory or hearing impairments. But even if the benefits seem to be clear, there's another question. Is wearing AI that listens throughout your day simply a step too far? Before we get into this, MemoMind reached out asking me if I wanted to test their glasses as part of sponsoring today's video. As always though, all opinions are my own. Quick disclaimer, as I said, these glasses don't have any cameras, so all of the first-person footage you see throughout this video was created in post, to at least illustrate what the experience looks like. The first thing that stands out is just how normal these glasses look on my face. They're lightweight, flexible, and made from premium materials like titanium. What does give the magic away is that the lenses themselves do reflect quite a lot. So at certain angles, people might see a faint green glow when they look at you. The resolution, field of view, and refresh rate might sound low on paper, but because the display is designed primarily for text, everything still looks sharp and easy to read. The reason it uses this Fallout-esque HUD isn't just for style. These type of displays consume way less power, allowing them to run all day on a single battery. You can charge them magnetically, by the way, and come in a case that honestly feels like an afterthought. Ergonomic is not the word I would describe these with. Compared to other smart glasses of this kind, the displays seem to be larger, sharper, and brighter. It's not full-on augmented reality, but it does the trick for notifications, maps, and other glanceable information. Since it's not monocular like Meta's glasses, for example, you can keep your eyes on what's in front of you instead of awkwardly having to glance down at that one display. Now, it's worth mentioning that the MemoMinds do have options for prescriptions, but they don't have transition lenses. On bright sunny days, you're still wearing clear glasses, which isn't always ideal if you're spending a lot of time outside, and as a somewhat of a solution, they do offer additional clip-on sunglasses, but part of me wished they would have gone for lenses that can dim outdoors and will turn clear on their own while being indoors. The only other thing I'm not a huge fan of is the lack of a dedicated power button. The glasses automatically turn off when you fold them, which works well enough, yes, but I still want there to be a physical switch to completely power them down whenever I want. So let's move on to the controls, because using the glasses is pretty straightforward. There's a single button on the frame that lets you navigate the menus, while head tracking is used to select different options. You can customize the dashboard with things like news, stock prices, weather, and notifications, so the information you care about is always just a glance away. Haha, see what I did there? One feature that's really cool though is that you can adjust both the position and the angle of the displays, allowing them to just sit outside your central vision. This way it's there when you need it, without constantly feeling like a dweller that's lost on its way to Vault 76, if you know what I mean. I've been there many times. Jokes aside, while I like the simplicity of the user interface, the trade-off is that you rely on the companion app quite a bit. Whether it's changing settings, customizing menus, or managing AI features, your phone still ends up doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Only the basic stuff can be controlled through its voice assistant. Anyways, next up are the speakers. As it doesn't have any cameras, the audio is probably one of the most important features next to having displays. Instead of constantly reading AI responses on the display, you can actually have conversations with your AI assistant while keeping your eyes on what you're doing. Besides that, you can use it to pick up a phone call or ask it to play your favorite podcast. The downside is sadly music. Because the speakers have to fit inside such a slim frame, there is very little bass, and overall audio quality is just average. They're perfectly fine for speech, but won't replace a good pair of earbuds anytime soon. The reason why you're probably tuning into this video is for its AI features. And yes, this is where the MemoMind really stands out. As previously mentioned, it can record meetings, transcribe conversations, provide live translations, and even work as a teleprompter that automatically scrolls your script as you speak. But the main feature they want you to get into is contextual memory. When enabled, the glasses continuously listen throughout your day and build a searchable logbook of your conversations. It then turns those into daily summaries, reminders, routines, meeting notes, and insights into things you've mentioned, wanting, or planning. I actually noticed that over time it started acting less like a chatbot and more like a personal assistant. Two examples of what happened throughout the week wearing these is that it first off overheard me say I wanted to plan a trip to Tokyo Disney, but I wasn't sure what the best time of year was to go while still saving up enough money. Later on, it had created a travel plan with suggested dates, estimated costs, and even made a list of rides I wanted to experience. What kind of blew my mind here is how convenient this is versus just having AI on your phone, having to tell it all sorts of stuff. Well, here it just happens naturally in the moment, and then it serves it to you on a plate with all the flavors you mentioned. Anyhow, another example was during a conversation I had with one of my YouTube colleagues at a tech event. It picked up that I wanted to compare a few different smart glasses in a video, and then later group those ideas together with notes. So I pretty much had everything ready when I sat down to start writing the script. In this case, what usually happens is my chaotic brain spits out all these creative ideas, but since I'm at this busy event, I can barely even remember what I said moments after because there is just so much my mind has to process. So here you're wearing glasses that are like an extension of your brain and will perfectly summarize everything you said, and you can just revisit it later without your ideas getting lost. That's just having so much value. So what we got here are glasses that can hear and understand what you say, but it can't see what you see because it doesn't have any cameras. And this is where it's getting interesting, because it can completely miss silent tasks like reading, working, or simply thinking. So the overviews you get of all the things you said throughout the day are only based on what it hears. Yeah, everything else you still have to remember yourself. I also noticed, which is kind of weird, is that it doesn't always distinguish my voice from other people nearby, meaning it occasionally creates memories from conversations that aren't mine. Hopefully that's something that they can improve on with future software updates, as I don't want this to happen at all. One final thing worth remembering is that this contextual memory feature requires MemoMind's Plus subscription, costing $20 a month. So, while the hardware gives you access to the basics, you'll need to factor in that ongoing cost if you want the full AI experience. Naturally, the next question will then be who these glasses could actually help. Well, what pops up in my mind is that if you struggle with memory issues, ADHD, or simply have a busy lifestyle where conversations and appointments are easy to forget, having an AI that automatically remembers those things sounds promising. Oh, and as the glasses can already display both live translations and real-time captions directly in your field of view, they can make everyday conversations far more accessible for people with hearing impairments. Now, it's important to be clear that these are not marketed or approved as a medical device, and they aren't a replacement for professional tools, but it's easy to imagine how this tech could become of value for people who rely on visual captions or memory assistance in everyday life. As impressive as all of this may sound, its AI is also the feature that's likely to divide opinion the most. First off, some may say that one advantage is that, unlike many other smart glasses, the MemoMinds don't include cameras. So you don't have to worry about accidentally recording people visually. That said, others disagree, as the microphones are still listening too. So audio privacy is something to keep in mind. Memo does include a number of controls to help you manage that. They say the glasses stop listening when you take them off, you can schedule hours where nothing is recorded, and filter out certain types of conversations so they aren't stored. The chats you do allow to be captured can be temporarily saved onto the glasses if your phone isn't connected, but your conversations are ultimately synced to the MemoMind app and cloud, where they're processed into searchable memories rather than staying only on device. According to Memo, customer conversations are not used to train foundation AI models, so whether those controls and policies are enough is something you'll have to decide for yourself. So there you go, that was my 1-week experience with the MemoMind Ones. Let me know in the comments below what you think of these glasses, and yes, if you're interested in checking them out yourself, they just launched on Kickstarter. I'll leave links in the description with all the details, but as always, with any crowdfunding campaign, make sure you do your own research and understand the risks before backing a project. Bye bye, and see you in the future. Oh yes.